So he ordered her to breastfeed him, and then the woman said, but he's an adult and he's got a beard. And he said, yes, I know, breastfeed him. That's where the breastfeeding is coming from. Where the guys didn't understand what you're saying, because in Arabic it actually say, عائشة قالت لقد نزلت آية الرجم ورضاعة الكبير. Arabic is not like English. Arabic have a different, like when I say great, I have a different word for great or old as a feminine or a masculine. So if I'm gonna say someone who's old in age, a man old age, will say al-kabir. If I'm gonna talk about a woman, it will say al-kabira. There is an actual T that pronounces a H in the end of it, which is called ta al-ta'nith. This is what the other two guys, like humility and the guy with humility, didn't understand what's happening. And again, it's because of they don't speak Arabic, of what I can see. And sorry if I took too long. Mic free.
So what did I not understand? Brother, what I said is, yeah, if you're telling me a hadith about breastfeeding and you want me to tell you that,
yes, can you read that verse?
You're gonna be able to talk. It's gonna be you guys to get me. Listen, bro.
I'm sorry, yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay, like I said, you guys are talking about this hadith and it's talking about breastfeeding. I told you, yes, I can show you a verse in the Quran that has it shows guidance about breastfeeding. You get what I'm saying? It says no mother should be harmed for a child.
It says breastfeeding adults, even if it doesn't say men. And that's the question.
Exactly, but
one second, please. It says adults.
Cool, that's fine. What I'm saying is, if earlier, like the brother said, if the Quran is here and we're saying is a final guidance and it said whatever we said earlier, you should look at the new verse as guidance over whatever's been going on before. Do you get what I'm saying? If it's really what you're saying right now, abrogation. Do you get what I'm saying? So use the context. That's what I'm saying. I can show you a verse about breastfeeding.
Can I come in for a minute?
Yes, brother. The hadith. Sorry, Tanis. The hadith is literally talking. Aisha is saying one thing. That there was verses about stoning and breastfeeding adult men, and it used to be.
But why are you saying man if it says adult? Is that what you mean by Arabic?
No, adult men. In English, you say adult for both women and men. In Arabic, if I want to say for a man, an old man, I say al-kabir. If I want to say an old
Do you believe
woman,
that was abrogated because it was 8? Do you believe it was abrogated because it was 8
That's
by
what Aisha is said. That's what. How many types of abrogations is there? Humility.
You told me, brother. You're the one speaking.
No, I'm asking you. You're the Muslim.
It doesn't matter, I'm Muslim. I didn't say I know everything. You don't know if I read yesterday.
Okay.
Days ago. I'm asking you.
Okay. The abrogation. There is the abrogation that it was lifted. I'm trying to translate from English to Arabic. From Arabic to English direct. So please excuse me. So there is abrogation of the actual verse was abrogated both in the law of it or the order of it and the writing of it. There is abrogation of the verse is still read in the Quran, but the law of it is being abrogated, and there is the verses that's got abrogated in writing, but the law of it is still happening. The law of it is still valid. And that's why the breastfeeding of the adult, that one is being abrogated as in writing because of the sheep that went, or Dajin that went and ate those verses from Aisha's house. Same with the verses that says a sheikh, the stoning part of it. A sheikh wa sheikha farjumuhunna. This is according to Islamic sources, not according to this infidels, if I can say this word. Mike is free.
Brother, you see me, I'm not a liar, bro. You know, I appreciate what you're saying. I appreciate the knowledge. Yeah? Listen, I'm not a liar. I'm not going to say, oh, I know everything you're saying. I'll read it on my own time. But what I'm saying is, The original point was if it's been abrogated, they must have some sort of explanation in the Quran. That was the main census. That's why I asked her, if I show you a verse about breastfeeding, will it help this point? That's what I was asking. Do you know what I'm saying? I didn't even get an answer till now. But what I'm saying is, I've got a verse about breastfeeding, and if it has certain guidance inside of it, then I believe you should pick that. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the final guidance. That's what I believe in it.
Can I come in for a minute, please?
Yeah, I understand what he's saying, but
can I make a
something
quick
that
correction,
Jareer
please?
If you want, I'll
So
tell you the.
Sorry, one second. Tanas needs to come in now. Sorry, let Tanas come in. But humility, the thing is, I want the verse that you bring me to talk about breastfeeding adult, not babies.
But here's what I'm saying though. Why does it have to be talking about adults if Allah's all knowing?
Because the missing verse in the Quran talks about adults, not babies. So
Bella, one correction, please. Just 10 seconds correction. Yeah, good morning, everybody. So, I think Ham did a good job. He was talking about the fact that it was referring to man. But I would like to avert all our minds to the fact that the abrogation is not part of the hadith as narrated by Aisha. Listen, look at it well. It was an addition. As to any other hadith that you find the abrogation, we can check the isnad or check the authenticity of the person who said that. But for this very hadith that is on the screen, it's being said it was abrogated in rolling and whatever. It was not mentioned by Aisha. It was an addition. Look at it. You see it has been marked. It is just an addition. It's not part of the hadith. Thank you.
So someone had to come in to save the day.
It's better than me lying. I'm not gonna lie. I will never lie. I don't know. So I'm gonna search myself. But all I'm saying is, if you want a surah that's linked to breastfeeding, I can show you one. It says that it should be only for 2 years. It says that women shouldn't be harmed. That's what I'm saying. I'm not here to lie to you guys. I'm not going to lie.
Humanity, relax.
But yeah.
We know the verse, please, guys. We know the verse. Al-Baqarah.
Yes, brother. Yes.
Al-Baqarah 233. Yeah?
Again, I'm not saying there's an abrogation for that verse. I can't confirm that.
Let me finish.
So I'm just saying.
Please, let me finish, please.
Go on.
Al-Baqarah 233. We know the verse is breastfeeding. No. The host talking about male breastfeeding. In Islam, if a woman breastfeed, let's say a woman is 20 years old. She breastfeed, let's say, a baby, okay? Yeah, let's say a baby. That baby becomes her brother from Rada'ah. So she won't.
Becomes a brother.
Yeah.
His son, her son.
Yes, her son.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, her son, not her brother, her son. Okay, so the host is talking about male breastfeeding. Okay, male breastfeeding. Irda'ul kabir. And I'll try, my computer is very slow, but I'll try to bring the verse when they recite the Quran. Actually, in fact, Surah Al-Ahzab, كنا نقرأ Surah Al-Ahzab وكانت, I think, was it the same as Surah Al-Ahzab, so 126 verses.
The same بسورة براءة.
Exactly, the same. So 126 verses were missing from the Quran. It is an authentic hadith. I'll try to bring it, my friend. Okay,
But I think it's not nice to educate a Muslim about abrogation and this. I'm so sorry, humility, but you don't have enough knowledge to talk about abrogation, and you don't. And when Ham asked you about the 3 types of abrogation, you don't have no clue. But when we talk about this, please, for the love of your Allah, don't come up, because your scholars,
first of
your
all,
imams, sorry, humility. We are talking about abrogation. Do you know the 3 types of abrogation?
When I joined, was it about abrogation? Yes or no?
What it was about?
Whoa! Listen, it was about something else, brother. So listen, be humble, bro.
What is it?
It's not about being drawn out. Just relax.
Okay. Just one. So we brought this.
At least I've got the humility to be like, bro, I don't know, and I'll ask you a question. You're just chatting.
It's okay to don't know. We are trying to educate
I beg you, govern this host, because you're the only one that's actually listening and want to have an actual good conversation. You're just stopping here the whole conversation.
What is your issue? I don't understand.
You're waffling, bro. You're waffling. You're actually waffling, bro.
I got mango stuck in my teeth. 1 second.
Humility.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. Did you want to read what's in front of you?
Me?
Yeah, what
It's
is that?
basically about so you guys were talking about the Aisha said the stoning and the breastfeed and the breastfeeding, and you guys went a little bit in the breastfeeding. This is about the stoning. So
Oh,
humility. I
okay.
have a question. Okay, I have a question for you.
Bro, this
Do
ain't
you
trivia,
believe?
bro. Tell me your point. Don't ask me questions. This is not
Okay,
trivia. This is
okay,
what you
okay.
guys do.
No,
You
no
make
worries.
it into
My
trivia.
okay,
Islam is
just
not
one
about
second.
trivia.
No worries.
Islam's not
Okay,
about
my
trivia.
humility. Khalas. You got your
Khalas.
point. Okay. Do you believe? Okay, no, don't believe.
Again,
There is
Islam
a
trivia.
verse.
Make your point. Make
Habibi,
your
khalas,
point.
khalas, 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 Habib. There is a verse in the Quran that is not in the Quran no more, and it's part of the Quran. Is it okay for you?
Bro, what are you talking about, bro? You're not making no point. You're just asking me questions.
I
Is this
said
right? Is it not
I
wrong?
didn't
You're
make.
talking
No,
I
but
about
he
made a
has to
point.
you're talking about the
clarify
There
breastfeeding.
things,
is
sir. So he doesn't
there
put
is a
words in
verse
your
in
mouth.
the Quran I can read and I can get hasanat from, and this is not inside of the Quran. It's outside the Quran, but I still can read it and I still can get hasanat from it. And this is the word of God. Why is this word outside of the Quran?
I don't know. You told me. Like I said, make your point. You're just
Your
asking me
Quran is
trivia.
corrupted. Your
My,
Quran
my,
is this guy dumb? Your Quran is
Montenegro,
corrupted,
before
guy.
you drift, can I come here, Montenegro,
You're
before you
just
drift?
No,
drifting,
it's
bro. You're just asking me random questions. Like, bro, you're not making no point. You're not telling me why.
corrupted. Your
Humility,
Quran is corrupted. Your Quran
humility,
is corrupted.
humility,
Oh,
There's a
great,
verse
man.
humility,
outside of it.
Great,
Done.
great, great. Like I
This
said,
is the
when you're
claim.
both ready to talk, then I'll talk to them in it because you're just waffling, bro.
humility,
What do you
humility.
say, Snivel? Snivel, go on.
You see, the hadith that you have, okay, there is a spirit and a letter behind it, all right? If you read the letter, you might not actually grasp it, okay? But what is the spirit behind it? The idea is that women should be made to feel comfortable among their mahrams. Okay, you know who a mahram is, right? To a woman. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
So in that context, if a woman is in the house, any man that can see her without hair being covered, it's like the hair example, should be a close relative. Okay. So if the woman should feel comfortable and uncover her hair around any person, that person should be a relative. If that person is not a relative, that person as a male adult should be breastfed by that woman so that the woman will see the person as a mahram or close relation for her to feel comfortable around. Are you getting the point, humility?
I get what you're saying, but I'm always going to refer to what the Quran says about the topic. So you're telling me abrogation, I'm going to refer to the
Calm down.
Quran.
Calm down. Calm down. I just
Then
want
you
us to
calm down.
start from the basics. Okay. So that is why Martin Montenegro cited that story of Abu Hudayfa, okay, with the Salim story, where he was an adopted child and he grew up, and then the husband started feeling uncomfortable, and then the wife had to do that kind of breastfeeding thing. Okay.
I think Sniver that the question should be is do
Snivel,
you
let me
think
tell you my
humility
point.
humility just 1 second, do you think it's
Oh my
okay
days.
for an adult
Let me
man
answer him, man. Let me answer him.
listen
Be quiet,
with
bro.
a
You have your
big
time.
humility, I mean humility, his same question, do you think it's okay for an adult man to be breastfed by a woman that is not his mother?
Again, you're doing trivia again, bro. I'm going to answer Snivel because you just
What
keep butting in. Hey,
what do
Snivel.
you mean
Like I said,
trivia?
But
Do you,
Snivel, like I said, yeah. If you're telling me, if you're showing me a hadith, yeah.
if you
Oh
can't
my
reply to the
days.
question,
I
humility,
please
am, but I'm gonna talk to
mute.
Snivel because you're just chatting. You're just
humility,
chatting off.
humility.
You're
You
just
see,
chatting off, bro.
humility. So you know
Snivel.
what?
You want me to answer?
Okay. So Montenegro, can you please put up Sunan Ibn Majah, 1947?
No worries, no.
Ibn Majah,
Like I
1947.
said,
So you
Snivel,
see,
I'm gonna make it clear
this.
to you. Yeah? If you're telling me there's a verse abrogated, I'm gonna go into the same topic in the Quran. And when I read the Quran, it says you should only breastfeed for 2 years, and it's talking about you
Sniver,
can't.
was it 1979?
Yeah, so like I'm not gonna.
1947,
You're telling me to put
1947.
abrogated verse
No,
over the
no, and
Quran.
humility. That of the Quran is different. It's talking about babies.
Exactly. And listen, like,
Okay.
here's my question: can an abrogation be replaced, removed, or transferred?
No, you see, You
Oh
have
my
to
god, that's the
abrogate.
literal meaning. That's the literal meaning of abrogation. So I'm saying you don't know what you're talking about, bro.
Listen, calm down, calm down, calm down.
You don't know.
We bring forth not a verse. We abrogate not a verse unless we bring one of similar magnitude or even better than it.
Okay,
Exactly. Okay, hold on. So, can I say something then? So how can you measure if it's if the ruling can be improved or not? How do you know that the breastfeeding surah is not an improvement to the what's been said before? How
Let
do
me
you know
give
that?
you an example.
Just answer that.
Let me give you an example.
I'll answer your question.
Let me give you an example. Hold on. You see the alcohol abrogation.
This is why I like the host. The host don't dodge. She'll just say, I don't care. I don't know. I don't care to say I don't know.
Humility. Let me give you an example. You see the abrogation of alcohol. It has a particular trajectory. It
No,
was
let's
being
talk about
taken by.
breastfeeding. Let's talk about breastfeeding.
I'm giving you an example. So
No, I don't want an example. Why do I need an example if we talk about
No,
the
you
exact
should
topic?
be able to tell me that this is what
You
repeating
feel like I
argument
should.
is.
You feel
You
like I
should be
should.
telling
You
us
feel like I
humility.
should, brother.
Can we both let's read the hadith together, humility? Can you read it for us, please?
Bro, listen, again, this is not Islamic trivia, bro. Read it yourself. You think this is theatrics? This is not church, bro. This is not no Holy Ghost
Is that
fire, bro.
1947?
Relax. Read it yourself, and then you can talk to yourself. I'm speaking to
No
Sniver.
worries. Humility. Okay.
Sniver, ask your
Humility.
question.
Please make that. Please.
Hold on.
Montenegro, that's the wrong
Learn.
Host.
No,
Hey, host,
it is the
interrupting
right
me.
one. It is the right one. Just
I'm
one
talking
second.
to
It is the
Sniver,
right one.
and he's
Just one
interrupting
second.
me.
Humility. Please
Okay.
learn to listen,
Host,
please.
I'm talking to Sniver, and he's interrupting me.
Sorry, guys, this mango is so juicy. I can't speak. Guys, let's do
Sister,
one at
enjoy
a
the
time.
mango. Enjoy the mango.
Humility. Can we please listen to me
Montenegro,
for
I don't
1
care about
minute?
you, bro. I'll talk over you until I get kicked out. You're not important. Sniver, ask you a question. If abrogation, is removal, replacement, or transfer of a verse, yes or no? If that's the case, how can you measure if something's been improved or not? That's what I'm saying. In the Quran, there's a surah about breastfeeding, and it has certain laws or guidance talking about a woman can't be put in pain. It can only be for 2 years. So how can you measure if that's not improvement? Yes or no? Like how?
The context is different. Humility.
It doesn't matter though. It's all about breastfeeding.
Humility. How? Because we have authentic hadith that says this is not the verse that's talking to.
No. You're not answering my question. How do you know it hasn't been improved?
Humility.
How do you know?
Because
let me tell you.
let me reply. Snivver, please, humility.
Sniver, let me do it. Calm down. I don't care about you,
In
bro.
the authentic hadith,
Montenegro, I don't care about you.
please mute yourself. Please, you asked a question.
No, listen. The
You
host
asked a question.
Okay, one second, Montenegro. Montenegro,
Wow.
let Sniper respond because
Let's not
it's probably
respond.
more productive
Calm
like
down.
that. I don't know why. Humility doesn't like you for some reason.
Well, because you
Go
said you
ahead.
could say Habibi to me, and then now we're gonna talk. Calm
Okay,
down.
go ahead. Okay, can we just talk to Sniper? Sniper,
I'll ask him a question. Host, ask him a question 2 times in a row. He keeps ignoring me. Listen, Sniver. If abrogation means removal, replacement, or transfer of a verse, how do you know that the verse I'm talking about is not an improvement of that? How?
It is
no
not.
examples, no examples.
You see, what you are referring to is totally different from what we are discussing.
It's talk about breastfeeding.
Calm down. You see, context-wise, what you are referring to was with reference to the fact that a woman was breastfeeding, and I think the mother died or something. I think I have the hadith.
Something.
And then they
You don't
asked,
know.
calm down.
Guys, you're a joker, bro. You're a joker.
Humility. That one had got to do with babies. That is why when you listen to some Muslim scholars, they claim that even before science came to say breastfeed babies for 2 years, Islam had already said it. You see, they use that to justify that. But what we are talking about is in a totally different context when it comes to mahrams. Every baby is a mahram. Listen, every baby is a mahram. What we are talking about is making a woman feel comfortable for me or you to see her uncovered. Let's get these 2 different distinctions, please. If you want to see me uncovered, if you want me to see you uncovered,
you're not answering my question, bro.
You see, your question is flawed and skewed because.
So then just say my question is flawed. You can't answer it. You can't answer me, bro.
No, Jared, Bola,
Are you finished, host? Are the mangoes done, host?
Look, humility. The thing is, I understand what he's saying, but I honestly, I don't think you are. Yes, okay. Let me ask you a question. if I, as a Muslim woman now, for example, like I wear the hijab, you know who's allowed to see me with my hair out, right? Maybe relatives, you know, there are non-mahrams basically are not allowed to see me with my hijab. Now, for example, like if let's say I adopted a child that's not legitimately mine, yeah, and that child grows up, and let's say he's 16, 17, that child, I don't think that child will be considered as my marham until I breastfeed, because in Islam, when you breastfeed someone else's child, like let's say you're not the mother, maybe you've adopted a child, the child sort of becomes your son, right? So in order for me to allow him to be able to see me with my hair out, and you know, me not have to cover up as, you know, I would have to do, I have to breastfeed him, because if I breastfed him, it automatically means that he becomes a mahram as well. Is that making sense?
So you're basically saying, because of this hadith, you're basically saying that if you were to have a child adopted, you'd have to breastfeed them for them to be in your family. That's what
Comfortable
you're saying.
position with you in the house. Exactly.
So if I told you, so if I was to give you a verse right now that literally says otherwise, and it gives you clear guidance, what would your argument be?
But I would ask you: is this verse talking about breastfeeding adults or babies?
Listen.
Because think about it, humility. Babies suckle on the breast for what reason? It's not for pleasure. It's not for anything. It's to quench their hunger. They're hungry. They're thirsty. Put the breast on them. Why would an adult man need breastfeeding? Do adult men need breast milk? No, they don't. So I want you to think about that.
I'm thinking about that. And then what I do is, hold on, Snever. What I do is, I'll go to the Quran. I'm checking all the verses that relate to that in any way. And I'm not saying just about breastfeeding. I'm talking about like how you treat someone if they were like what's the word when someone like a foster child? Is that the best way to say it? What happened right now? It cut off. What happened right now? It cut off. Now I'm looking at a verse about breastfeeding, yeah, but I wouldn't limit it to that. Right now, you're not talking about just breastfeeding. You're talking about a fostage, basically, a fostering situation. A guidance on all levels. Do you get what I'm saying? So I'm not looking at it on a one level. Looking at it on a one level. You see what I'm saying? But like I said, if I was to get a verse right now that tells that would show you guidance and tell you because think about it. Of course, you're not meant to breastfeed someone so they can be part of your family. That's the type of vibe you're telling me right now. Like I'm sure the Quran doesn't oppose that. You see what I'm saying?
So when you done,
I can show you multiple verses.
One second. The reason why you won't find those verses in the Quran is because a goat has eaten it. Number one. Number two.
You don't know that, but carry on.
Yeah, but we do according to the hadith. The hadith lets us know.
But the burn banned 60 times burn. What are you talking about? The Bible banned 60 times burn. You cannot do that. You need to go ate those verses because it did not happen. All right.
I don't know why you're talking about. I'm not even fussed. Sorry, you're speaking to an atheist about the Bible. You think I give a shit? Like, don't waste your time. Focus on the argument. Stop the whataboutism. I don't care about any religion, please. Go ahead, humility.
Yeah, like I said, yeah, listen. I'm not even fussed about you saying no, go ate it or whatever. I'm just saying you can't base that off just that. Like, it's telling you a sheep ate it, but it's not saying that's the reason why. But let's put that to the side, innit? Like I said, if you were to read the Quran, like let's say you had all the knowledge of the Quran, let's say you could just do that. I'm saying as a whole, the guidance wouldn't push towards you breastfeeding a man. That's what I'm saying. So if the Quran is the final guidance, like the other brother said earlier, then why am I going to take a hadith out of context? That's what I'm trying to tell you. And that's why I was saying earlier when the guy said, I don't care about context. That's the main issue about a lot of people. They don't want context. I'm sure, Jared, if you was to read the Quran throughout, you understand the context. It wouldn't even be like...
I have actually read the Quran, that's the thing. And I still feel like you're not understanding the point, though. Like, the point is, look, there are some, you know, for example, the guy came up earlier and said, like, he quoted a verse, I think there's no compulsion in any religion. Now, that particular verse, we can actually find it in the Quran. Although it's abrogated, it's been replaced by the sword verse. I think that's Surah Al-Tawbah. Yes, a lot of the peaceful verses has been abrogated by Al-Tawbah. But the thing is, you can still find these verses in the Quran, you understand? But I'm talking about the verses of stoning and breastfeeding. Even if it's going to be abrogated, we should still be able to find the verse in the Quran, and then the explanation or the exegesis would let us know that, you know what, this verse has been replaced by so and so
Here's
verse.
my thing,
But we don't see that.
Just like the verse of
Yeah,
the
but you know-
alcohol.
Sniver. So I'm saying,
Yeah.
three guys jumping. Three guys jumping. Calm down, bro. Get off your knees, bro. Calm down. Listen, like I'm saying, you see how right now you want it in that one verse. You want that perfect verse. What I'm saying is, yeah, it might not be a perfect verse. It might be a conclusion of different messages. That's what I'm trying to show you. So
bro. Let me explain. Let me explain that. Hold on.
If you're gonna
You're mixing up the things. So you know what's going on, right? You know what's going on. The hadith is been corrupted, right? So it says on the Quran that a lot of people read the Quran. Like, hold on, let me speak. So a lot of people read the Quran. That's why in the Bible. That's why in the Bible there's verses in the Bible from the Quran too. If you notice that, right? Because a lot of listen. Let me speak to them.
I don't care. Are you Quranist? Yes or no? Yes or no? Are you Quranist?
Yes, I am Quranist.
Hey, bro, I don't want to listen. Let's talk about that. Forget that. Listen, why are you not following Muhammad, peace upon him, when the Quran says it? If you're Quranist, because you're always going to be in
because the Quran is complete. It's literally in 6114 versus 6115. Why would we need another book? Why would we need another book?
It's not about needing it. It's about weighing out. It's about weighing it up.
We don't need the hadith, bro. The hadith is corrupt.
So you reject every hadith, yes or no? Every single hadith.
We don't want two Muslims arguing, yeah. Please, guys, argue in a mosque.
Let me hear the argument. Let me hear the argument. So, Onyx, why do you reject the hadiths?
Because the hadith is corrupted. I just told you guys that. If you read the
Quran,
listen. Go to 6114 and 6115. It literally says that the Quran is completed. Why would we need another book if the Quran is completed?
Well, alhamdulillah, it's completed, but it doesn't mean you can't research about the Prophet and then use your credibility and rank it so you know, okay.
It is corrupt. Why would we need the hadith, bro? The hadith is a tradition. This is what Sunni Muslim do and Shia Muslim do. Listen. So you guys don't understand that we don't need a hadith, because the hadith is the tradition. It's when you pray. It's a tradition. You're using the hadith book as a guidance when you guys don't understand the Quran complete.
How do you pray? How do you pray then?
Bro, it literally says in the Quran you gotta pray 3 times a day, 3 to 4 to 5. It literally says it. Why would we need the hadith if the Quran is telling us?
How do you do it though? Deep it, because it doesn't tell you step by step. So you need sunnah. That's what I'm trying to show you. Like I'm not trying to make you sound crazy or anything, bro. But bro, like brother to brother, bro.
It's a tradition, bro. It's not a book. It's a tradition. The hadith is a tradition. So when you use the hadith, this is what a lot of people get confused with. And you know, it's also said in the Quran that there's books out there to create it to make confusion with the Muslim religion, right? Do you know that, right? It's in the Quran. It's in the Quran that it says there's a lot of books out there out of the Quran to make confusion with the Muslim religion. I'm telling you, the hadith is
the Bible, my brother. That's the Bible. It's not about the head, bro. Listen. Hold on a second. Listen. Does the Quran say following Muhammad, peace upon him, is the right way to go? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, so listen, as a Muslim, why would you just out of curiosity, why would you not go out your way to at least weigh it out? I'm not saying take it as the word of Allah, astaghfirullah. I'm just saying, why would you not weigh it up at least? Like, it's if you're trying to make it easier. It's like, cool, let me do 3 prayers. I'm a Quranist. It's cool. You don't want to challenge yourself, brother. That's my only point. But I'm not going to even say that's fact. I can't say that's fact. I don't know your heart. But do you get what I'm saying, bro? Like, to outright just, like, there's no hadith you ever, like, look at, like, cool, this is something reliable. None.
The hadith is a tradition. I just told you that. The hadith, all right, it's a tradition. It's not something that you had to read.
Anyways, Mr. Onyx, with all due respect, the Sunnis are the majority, so I am going to go with what the majorities are saying. If you don't,
the hadith is not part of the Quran. That's just stated there.
Let me tell you one thing about Quran only. In my few years of experience having these debates, Quran only Muslims are actually on their way out of Islam, and I give you 1 year, you'll be an ex-Muslim. This is what speak to a lot of ex-Muslims here. They all went through the same. So don't worry.
I used to be without knowledge,
yeah,
bro.
when you left Islam,
Yeah, this is where you're going.
David.
Onyx, come to Sunnah, bro. Because look at what happened. Montenegro. All you're gonna be is someone that
Sunnah
knows.
is not
All you're gonna
part
know
of
is
the
Arabic, and then
Quran,
you're gonna be
bro.
like someone that's chatting shit
That's why
about.
you guys are confused, and that's why there's a lot of
I'm
corruption. You
not
don't understand
confused.
it,
Look at
and
the
all
path you're
these people
going.
are
Look at
using
the path you're
that.
going, brother. You're going to
No, bro.
Montenegro. That's what you're going to, brother.
Where show me a verse in the Quran that says that the Prophet Muhammad brought the hadith. Where?
We will.
No one said he bought the. This is what I'm saying. You're not even making no sense, brother. The hadith is recollection and of times of the
It's a tradition, bro, of how you pray and all that.
How
It's not
could
a
you, bro?
book.
You're asking
It's
questions.
not a book.
It don't make sense, bro. You're not making no
The
sense.
tradition differs. You know, if you use the hadith, you using Shia's tradition book, right? You know that, right? That book,
Don't call me a shield, bro. Like you're just, bro, chill. Like,
bro. The
Please,
hadith,
please,
you know what? You know what?
guys,
In the
guys, you have a
convo,
mosque. Please, you have a mosque, guys. Please.
bro. I'm done because you guys don't want to understand that. I'm out because
this pony,
the
bro.
hadith is corrupted, bro.
May Allah guide you, bro. No hard feeling, man. No, it's all.
May Allah guide you, brother, because you're definitely on your way out of Islam.
Like
From
I
my
said-
experience, Quran only Muslim, give them 1 year, 2 years, they'll be done.
But listen, though, here's what I'm saying, yeah. You see your original point of how it needs to be in the Quran, abrogated, whatnot.
Yeah.
It's not cutting off. No, I'm sorry, cut off. But yeah, I'm saying, yeah, you're perceiving it as you need to have one verse that's clean and cut to your understanding. You gotta understand, yeah, this is was an ancient language, yeah, number one. So there's so much ways, different meanings to certain verses that you need to even research and tasfir and whatnot. But that's not even the point. What I'm saying is, if you have the whole book, yeah, and it gives you the guidance, it's not gonna attribute to what you're reading. Do you get what I'm saying? So like,
Yeah, but then that's why I'm finding it difficult to accept that the Quran is a complete book, because a complete book wouldn't have it can have abrogations in which obviously we can confirm by the Quran. You know, if you read the tafsir and the explanation, it will tell you which verse has abrogated. I don't know what to call that. I don't know what term you got. It's not isnad, right? No, I don't know what to call it, but yeah.
I just feel like you're amounting. I feel like you're amounting completeness to comprehension. I just feel like you can't comprehend, and I'm not saying I can comprehend everything. I'm still.
Humility. What is your problem with us, please? Do you have like a problem? What we're saying is wrong. Can you just elaborate? Because I genuinely don't understand what you're talking about.
Honestly, like I said earlier, I didn't join on abrogation. I joined when you were talking about distinction, and my main point was when that verse was talking about distinction, it's not
Are you
saying
talking about the prophets? The prophets.
Yeah. That's when I first.
Okay,
Listen. My point was that distinction. Yeah, it doesn't mean that one is more important than the other. Distinction means that that they're all important.
Between like a miracles. Yeah. This is what I was trying to say to Omar, but he wasn't understanding.
Yeah, what I'm saying is distinction means if you don't believe in one, then there's no point. You don't believe in any of them. But the sister was basically trying to say distinction means, alright, cool, nah, Jesus ascended, so that means he's got a more. Exactly, make it like a power thing. Like
So all of them are as important. All of them, there's no difference between all of them, basically, in respect. Yeah.
I wouldn't say in that way. As in they're all important, but they are different in what in how they came with their message. But it doesn't mean that.
It's not me that's raising one over the other, because the verse clearly speaks for itself. If there was no distinction, then I shouldn't be mentioning one person's ability over the other. It says we've chosen some of the messengers above others. Some spoke directly to Allah, and we raised.
If something, say like.
I've got mango in my teeth. I'm struggling. I need a toothpick. 1 second. It says we have chosen some of the messengers above others. Allah spoke to some of them directly and raised some in high rank. To Jesus, the son of Mary, we gave clear proofs and we supported him with the Holy Spirit. So my thing here is why if there's no distinction of the other, and the example here given is Jesus, why didn't the Quran give Muhammad as an example of it? Because to me, it makes it sound like Jesus is higher than Muhammad and the rest of the prophets.
Obviously, like you see, as Muslims, we believe he had a miraculous birth first of all, virgin and everything. So that alone, you could even ask that. Why is he a virgin? Like, why was his mom a virgin? Well, he's got more like, you get what I'm saying. But that again, that doesn't amount to him not being.
Who impregnated Mary? Mariam.
I said he bro. Like I said, we believe she had a miraculous birth. Like I can't go into detail like I know.
Have you read about the? Can I ask you a genuine question? Have you read the verse on the birth of Jesus in the Quran?
Yeah, I have before.
Have you read the tafsir?
Yeah, I have it before.
You know, the tafsir clearly states that Allah sent an angel in the shape of a man to do so, and he blew up her. Is it her faha? What do you call private part in Arabic now?
Farajuha, private part.
Yeah. Are you quite aware of that? So that's what I'm asking, because if it was a virgin birth, then why did Allah send it in the shape of a man, according to the tafsir?
Even if it was shape of a man, if it was the shape of a moon, it doesn't matter. She wasn't breeded by a male on earth. That's what I'm saying. What's your point? Is that you know what I'm saying? That you guys want it to be so perfect in your mind. That's the whole problem.
It's just a bit illogical to me, because ghosts can't
exactly. That's what you're literally proving. My point is illogical to you. It's comprehension. You're amounting comprehension to completeness. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, later on.
No, it's not that. It's just funny because I just feel like if you were married right now, you went away for a couple of years, you came back and your wife says she's pregnant, you're gonna think, what the hell? I've not been with you for a couple of years.
In London, you're from London, right? Of course.
Yeah, like, would you believe her if she said it was a ghost?
Are you them people that basically believe, you know what? I don't think she had I think she just cheated. Is that what you think? Like, I know people like you still. I got family that'll be on this.
Humility, the excuse of her, she said an angel came in and blew. Listen. Humility. The Quran says there's two consensus. One of the scholars said Allah himself blew in her downstairs, and other people said Gabriel came down and blew in her downstairs. Both is as equal as bad. Which one would you take? An angel blew in her downstairs, or Allah blew in her downstairs? Is this okay to you if your wife came in and said, okay, I'm pregnant, but Allah came and blew in my downstairs?
Again, you're just asking me like these weird questions. Like, what do you want me to say?
Do you believe blindly? Yes or no?
Do you believe that? Yes or no?
I think this is
blind belief.
Blind belief. Alright, cool. That's your view. That's what I'm saying. But let's stick to the point.
You are a blind believer without proof. Done. Next question.
Theatrics, whatever. Like I said, yeah. If you want to go into the tasfir about distinction and whatnot, it simply just means equality in acceptance. We as Muslims, you all believe the messengers were they're all equal without reject. You gotta have one as all of them. Like, do you get what I'm saying? So you can't believe Muhammad and then not believe Jesus. Do you get what I'm saying? That's
amazing. So
it doesn't mean they're equal. It doesn't mean that one can't.
So the main question you came up to, I said Abraham was a liar.
I wasn't even talking to
humility. You came up in my topic with that guy. I said Abraham was a liar and Muhammad is a liar. The guy said, I will unalive you if you said Muhammad, but I will just look away if you said Abraham. Do you agree?
You're just on me, bro. I was talking about distinction. That's when I joined. I made it clear.
This is distinction. He brought the verse about distinction.
I don't know you, bro.
Why can't you reply to one question
because
I
you're
asked?
Just asking me rhetorical stuff. You're saying, if you're telling me today, if my wife told me this and that, bro, I don't care about that, bro.
Okay,
like,
guys, let's move on a little bit. Let me just ask Humility a genuine question. Humility, why do you feel like the Prophet was allowed like more than 4 wives and the believers are only allowed 4?
Honestly, I don't know. Whatever Allah wills is where He wills in it. I don't know the exact answer for that. I don't know.
Do you not find it a bit suspicious? Because I do.
Inshallah, I'll do my research. Thank you for telling me about that. But
at the moment, you blindly believe it. At the moment, you blindly believe it without knowledge.
Nah, it's not even about that. It's just like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, do you get what I'm saying? What do you believe in? Like, are you Christian? Are you atheist?
No, just 1 second. She told you.
I can say you
married more than Habibi. No, Habibi. Humility. The Prophet married more than 1 wife. He told approximately 13. The others only capped at 4. Why?
Answer my question. Why repeat yourself? I said I don't know. I'm doing my research. I'm telling you.
Do you believe in this?
What do you believe in?
Habibi. I don't believe in the Quran. I don't believe in nothing. N-O-N.
You don't believe in God.
H-I-N-G. No.
I don't
Now
believe
here,
in that.
And
now
you're a born
stop.
Muslim. And you're a born
Why?
Muslim.
Of course. Why? I'm answering your questions. Now answer my
You're
question.
Persian.
What
You're Persian.
are
You're
you
Persian.
believing it blindly now?
I've got no explanation for you, brother. Like, I'm
So
not
you
just
believe
lying.
it blindly.
If you want to
If
say
you
that,
told
cool.
me,
If you want to say that,
if you told
alhamdulillah.
me,
If not,
listen to me? If you told me, do you believe in gravity? I said yes. I told you, can you prove it? I said I don't know how to prove it. So I just believe it
cool.
for the
Yeah, I
sake of
can't prove it.
belief,
I can't
blindly.
prove it now. I can't prove it right now. What
Amazing.
else?
So
What's next?
can you
What you
agree?
gonna-
You're a blind follower.
If you want to say that's fine. I'm cool, bro. I don't need to
So
explain
you're
myself to you.
cool. Okay. We are not
Cool.
blind followers. We want
So, yeah, cool. You're
answers.
not blind, cool. You don't follow nothing, brother.
Okay.
All
So
you know is
you
Arabic.
didn't
All you know
answer
is
the first
Arabic.
question,
Alhamdulillah. You
nor
know
the
Arabic,
second one.
bro.
Okay. The third, you didn't answer the first question, nor the second one. You
You
don't
can
know.
answer none of my questions.
You
Who do you believe in? Nothing.
no one.
What's your purpose then? Have you got kids? What do you believe in?
I don't believe in a God, and I just don't feel, because I've been living my life 10 years without this God belief, right? I'm an ex-Christian. I grew up mainly in my father's side were Muslims, right? So it was kind of mixed. Like everyone got on, everyone got along. Like I remember growing up here, we would interrupt their prayers, they would interrupt ours, but being kids, I don't think it's taken
Mangy.
seriously like that. Yeah, but my thing is I've been living without a God for the last 10 years, and it sort of made me realize that, yes, human beings create their own purpose for life. For example, if I aim to be a pilot, I'm going to take the steps, right, and enroll myself into the course. I'm going to do this. If I want to be this. So I just don't, for me personally, I don't think you require God in order to have a purpose for your life, because I think humans create their own purpose, and when I look at believe, like most people just say the same thing, or we believe in heaven, hell. Like you guys can't even give me the postcode.
Sister,
Like,
do you believe in
let me pull up to
repentance?
the party. I feel like repentance breeds criminals in a way, because
What? Really?
yeah, it does. It does.
Wow.
Look
Okay.
at the statistics of the amount of religious people in prison. Like, if you guys claim to have this God, then the numbers should be low. But when you think about repenting, let's be real. Even me as a Christian, I have to be honest, I was a big hypocrite, because I would repent, I wouldn't change from the behavior, I would do it again, because humanly speaking, as a human being, it is impossible for me not to lie. I know that. I'm a
That's
liar.
because
I'm gonna
Christians
lie.
believe Jesus died for their sins, so then it gives you that mindset like, cool, I can just, I can roam. In
Yeah,
Islam,
it
it's
gives
not
you,
like that.
yes, it
It's not
does.
like
But
that.
I feel like Islam has similar concepts, because you guys
Like
also
what? Like
believe
what?
in repentance, and Allah forgiving you. You repent for your sin, you pray, you make dua to Allah to forgive you,
How's
to
it similar
relieve
to
you of
Christianity
that
though?
guilt. It's similar because you
No,
both
Sim,
have a
if
God
you
that
went to
claims to
Hajj,
forgive.
Montenegro, you
your
always ruin
sins
it, man.
will.
Be quiet, man. I want to hear her talk. The hell? Let her
Yeah,
talk at least, bro. I'm not trying to be rude, but please, come on,
yeah,
man.
like for example, like I've seen people go to Hajj because they've done so many. I'm not saying everybody goes to Hajj for the same reason, no, but I'm just giving my
Yeah.
experience. They've done so many terrible, horrible things. They go, they pray, they come back, they still got a criminal record the next year. Do you see what I mean? So for me, I just feel like it takes
It's
away
still
the
a criminal record.
accountability. Yeah, it does. It makes it look. I literally had one Muslim call me, you black this, you N-word, you this, you that,
Astaghfirullah.
and yeah, he said that, and they don't. That's what I'm saying. Non-black Muslims, I wonder how, because I've been doing this for 3 years and I've spoken to thousands of people, loads of racist non-black Muslims. Like, it makes me wonder, like, how do you guys even share the same deen with these people? Like, because they don't see you as nothing, so they
Now
hate the
listen,
fact that I criticize the religion, and even when I do it respectfully, they don't like it.
sister,
Just
there's
don't talk
always
about
gonna be
Islam.
racism, though. Listen, sister, real quick, yeah, because you said a lot of true stuff, and
Okay, go
what
ahead.
what you're saying amounts to intention. But at the end of the day, we can't really see their intention. Yeah, they might still be on license, but we don't know their heart. But what I will say is, you're saying, how do we share the same thing? Because listen, if someone is judging you off just your color and not your morals and principles, they're not sharing their deen, because that refutes what Muhammad, peace upon him, said in his last sermon. He said there's no Arab that's more superior than a black, and there's no black superior than another one. The only way there's a difference is through your actions and how you move. So it's not about, they're not sharing the same deen, not in that moment, at least. Do you see what I'm saying? So
Sorry,
Yeah,
I
but
get
the
what
thing
you're
is,
saying, but regardless,
you guys
wrong there.
but the thing is, 1 second, the thing is, you guys claim to have this God, right? So I shouldn't be seeing behaviors like that from believers. We should see it from the kuffars, from the dirty, godless infidels. You understand, people? I would
what I'm
expect
telling
that
you is,
from.
you see that same arrogance. That is the arrogance of the devil. Like literally, the devil was so arrogant he didn't want to bow to Allah. You know what I'm saying? So when you're saying, oh, they're sharing the same deen, if you are being racist, if you're having a certain behavior to someone because of how they look or something, you're not sharing that deen in that moment. I can't say their real intentions because everyone's sinning, like you said. Everyone's in their own journey, but you got to learn to separate the deen from people's actions. It's difficult. It's harder than what I'm saying, in it. But it's just how life is, regardless. Because even if you're an atheist, you're still gonna be judged regardless. Like it's like you can't let that hold you back.
No, the Quran says that Allah is only judging Muslims.
Wait, what? The Quran says Allah only judges Muslims.
Yeah, he's gonna send you guys to hell. The ones that were doing their own thing, he will release them, and then he's gonna pick you out of the hellfire.
So you feel like because you're not Muslim, you're not judged yet, type of thing. 'Cause I know that feeling, like you're feeling that because I'm not born Muslim.
Okay. So would you say you're gonna be judged by the Christian God as well as a Muslim?
There's one God. There's no this God, there's one God. You think you're funny.
We all say the same.
I'm not Quranist and all some people. I'm not no Shia. Please, like, come on now. Talking about Christian God.
So humility. So you're a revert. Is that what I understood right?
Yeah.
Why would you revert into Islam?
Yeah, if you don't mind,
why would you revert into being atheist? I'm not repentance. Why?
Huh?
Why would you revert into being not even revert? Sorry, astaghfirullah. Why would you become an atheist and not repent? I can ask you some questions.
Because I went back to my natural state. Because when I was born, I wasn't born believing in God. I mean, I have a son myself. No baby believes in a God. I can speak from experience, unless I know them. So I reverted back to my original state.
No. Astaghfirullah.
He was born in the atheism fitra, the fitra of atheism.
Astaghfirullah. See Montenegro, see people like you just know better Arabic, and then now you left Islam and you're trying to push.
What do you know? I know a bit. This is my first language.
You heard Fitra. You're like, you know what? I can't let him say this, so let me make it mad. I see what you're doing, Montenegro. Are you Persian? Yes or no? I've been thinking for a minute.
Habibi, I'm Sudani. My first language is Arabic. What do you mean? My entire life I was Muslim. I left Islam less than a year ago. So
how old are you?
I don't want to say my age. Well, old enough. Extremely old enough, come on. Humility.
What I'm gonna say is
I want freedom of speech. I want to go outside in my country, which is Sudan. They rule in the Islamic Sharia. I want to go and say to my president, F you president, you're ugly, blah blah blah. I want to say Muhammad, you're blah blah blah, F you. I want to say Jesus, you're just
Inshallah, say that. Inshallah.
I don't want consequences.
Don't say that, brother. Like, let's see what they do to you, innit? But all I'm saying is,
let me ask you a question. Sorry, genuine question. What? Because it sounds like you're correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if you're a revert, so maybe you left Christianity or any other religion. So, what attracted you into Islam?
I wasn't really a Christian anyway. Like, I went to church and I got baptized, and that, but I wasn't really Christian, like, in my heart. But yeah, go on.
But what attracted you to Islam?
Like I said, like, I truly believe we're born in fitra. We all know there's one God. You wouldn't be here putting time into your TikTok, editing the videos. You wouldn't be doing this if you didn't have a core belief. I don't believe you're just some atheist. You're not reverting to no atheism. You know what an atheist is, right? It's just somebody that lacks belief in a God. That's it. I'm still human. I still do everything that you do. I just don't believe in a God. That's it. That's simply it. I don't believe in Allah. I don't believe in Yahweh. None of the gods. I mean, to other people's religion, you might be an atheist as well. You don't believe in Jesus to be your Lord. You believe him as a prophet, right? So I just don't believe in a God. But like, I think maybe my question here is like, what makes you better than me? Not like. Yeah, I'm not better than you, man. Trust me. It's not about that. It's not about being better. I understand why you might think that, because I've had friends, fellow brothers, and when I didn't revert, I was thinking the same way, like, well, like, this guy thinks better than me. It's not about that. Like, it's more about being humble and how I just looked at information. You know
but you can do that without believing in a God, because now the thing is, let me tell you the ideology that you've subscribed yourself to. This religion is responsible for so many people's unaliving. This religion is responsible for a lot of child marriages in Somalia, in Sudan. In so many things. So I'm just wondering, like, what really attracted you? Was it the slavery? Was it the child marriage? Was it the unaliving of a
maybe 4 wives? Maybe 4 wives.
I can't lie. You got to mute. I can't lie. Mute this guy, innit? Mute this guy, and then I can talk to you properly, because he's just chatting like people like you. Yeah, like, cool. Like I'm saying, I truly believe we're born in fitra. you wouldn't be on here arguing so hard if you didn't believe in God. You just want it to be in your way. That's why I said earlier, you're referring to comprehension to completeness. You're always saying, oh, where's this verse? Where's that verse? You want it to be in your own way. You see me? I believe when you humble yourself and just take in the information, it makes sense. And I feel, and why I asked you before, do you believe in repentance? Is because everyone has their sins. Like you said, everyone is doing what they're doing. So there has to be a time where it's balanced. That's what I believe in it.
But you do understand, like, you do
also
understand the word sin only exists in a religious concept. Outside of religion, there's no such thing as a sin. You might commit a crime, you might call it a sin, but it only exists within your religion, if I must say. And the thing is, if I wanted a God to be like my own God and I want it to be my way, guess what? I'd make up my own religion and I'd make up a God, like human beings have done for thousands and millions of years. Like, let's be honest, the only reason why Christianity and Islam is one of the most dominant religion on the planet is because they force themselves on people, both Christian and both Islam. You understand? The Prophet himself, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, says that when he says, I have been commanded to fight against people until they say La ilaha illallah. So ask yourself, how did Islam leave that small place where it, you know, originated from to all over the world?
Take one verse of the hadiths and then like you just summarize.
You can ask Omar. Omar is a very experienced, honest Muslim. That's why I love having him on here.
No,
what I'm saying
I'm not
is
saying what you're saying is not true, but you're not giving context. Like this is what people do a lot. They will get a verse.
The context is called offensive jihad. Offensive jihad means jihad al talab.
Let me land. No one said you're wrong. You're just jumping. Trust me. Just chill. I didn't say you're wrong. What I'm saying is people get context, yeah, and then they'll just use it. Oh yeah, Islam peace. Islam is a religion of peace. You guys don't understand context. If you're reading a hadith that's about war or about a time when there was people being oppressed, and then he says, "I listen, go fight," then you guys are gonna take one line and then amount the whole thing. That's what I mean, comprehension. You need to comprehend what you're reading and then go through everything.
Sorry, humility. Yes.
Okay,
yes,
sorry, Hem. Sorry, Tanas.
Right.
Sorry, Hem. 1 second, please, brother. Tanas.
Look at
Tanas
these
wants to
bots.
come in
Look
really
at these bots.
quickly.
Peace. You don't even hear
Humility.
what I said.
I think, with all due respect, the greatest respect, from my research, and as you can see, I dedicate a lot of time to this. You have a lot to learn about Islam, because if you don't know what jihad al talab means, then come on, Omar is here. He can help you. He can educate you.
So let me ask you: does the Quran promote? Yeah, the Quran, does it promote attacking people that are innocent?
Yes.
Where? Read in the Quran. Where's it say?
I'll show you. I'll show you many verses. 1 second.
قاتلوا الذين لا يؤمنون بالله ولا باليوم الآخر ولا يحرمون ما حرم الله
Sorry, can I
ممن أوتوا الكتاب حتى يعطوا الجزية عن يد وهم صاغرون. احصروهم واقتلوهم في كل. If I say the rest of it, I'm gonna get banned, bro. But there is
Okay. Hem, 1 second. Hem, 1 second. Hem, 1
You're
second.
telling me the
Let's-
Quran
that's-
says to attack innocents. You're actually lying now. That, but cool.
I
Carry on.
swear on everything I own.
10%,
I swear on my Muslim
You bring
grandmother.
that same hadith. If you bring a hadith right now, I'm gonna laugh at you.
Humility.
Okay, let's
Humility. I'll wait.
Hem,
Please wait.
Hem, 1 second. Hem, please.
Stop jumping out of
Brother,
that. Let her
please.
talk,
1
let her
second.
talk.
1 second. Okay, let Tanast give us his presentation, and then I'll speak afterwards, and I'll show you.
I'll
all the
ask you a
verses.
question. Now, there's other guys. Come on, I asked you. Where's the Quran verse that says attack innocent people? Quran.
Yes,
Where is
chapter,
it?
that one. The one he quoted is chapter 9, verse 29. Maybe read it to yourself shortly, and then I
Verse
will.
29. Alright, cool. 9.
Yeah, 9:29. Yeah, go ahead,
Innocent people
Tanast.
attack them. Yeah, cool. Fine.
Can you please mute for a minute, please? Humanity. Wonderful. Okay.
There's a feedback here.
Sorry, the host talked about jihad al-talab. What is that? That is in English known as offensive J. We have multiple verses in the Quran where Allah tells you to do jihad al-talab. Clear verses. When you read the verse, you don't need to go to the tafsir. The verse itself is clear enough, but
The verse is clear enough. Don't go to Tasfir. Don't break it down in Arabic. Don't do nothing. You're a joke, bro. Hey, yo, host. The host. Where's your mangoes at? This guy's just waffling, bro.
listen to me.
Guy's
I'm-
waffling.
No,
See,
he's
when
saying
someone
that
says don't go on
let me tell
Tasfir,
you-
I already know you're waffling.
Let me tell you why. The tafsir
Host, you
is
don't
gonna
need them.
make
You
it-
don't need them. You're actually smart enough.
Listen.
You're actually smart.
The
You don't
reason
need
why
this
he's
guy.
saying that is because the tafsir is going to make it even worse than the verse sounds already. Let's try it, yeah? Let's try that. Or let's read tafsir. So tell us, let's go with the tafsir. I think it's only fair enough.
Okay, let's read Tafsir 905, okay? 905, Surah known as, chapter 9 is known as chapter of the safe, or in Arabic, Bara'a. This is one of the only verses in the Quran where it started without Bismillah. Straight to the point. This is when Muhammad had enough. If you go to Tafsir ibn Kathir and you go to the last chapter, okay? Oh, actually, I'll show it on the screen. Why should I? I'll show it on the screen.
Well, again, you're waffling. Tell me right now, what is this verse? Who's it referring to at the time? Who is it?
Okay.
Who is it regarding?
Okay.
Ask that.
Oh, shush.
Because if it's so simple, you should ask this question. Who is it regarding?
Humanity, please.
Bro, you're not like reading is not going to do nothing. You should get the context.
Read.
Host, ask this guy the context. Because if you're not going to tell me context, I don't care. You're not telling me nothing.
Humanity, please. Okay? So this is the verse. To start with, the translation is bad. 905. But once the second month have passed, and alive the polytheists who violated their treaties, wherever you find them, capture them, besiege them, lay in wait for them in every way. But if they repent, perform prayers, and pay a tax, then set them free. Indeed, Allah is forgiving and most merciful. I'm going to show you something. You know who violated the treaties?
Answer my question, bro. I'm going to let you land.
1 second. 1 second, please. 1 second. Can you see violated the treaties between brackets? Who violated the treaties?
Exactly. Who violated treaties and why?
1 minute. 1 minute, please.
You're going to have to answer that. Do not run away.
Humility. This part is very important. Please pay attention.
I know it is. Because you're going to have to answer that.
Humanity, please. Okay? We're going to see it in Arabic. Okay? This is what Allah said. I'm an Arabic speaker. This is what Allah said. Here we go. Word by word. If humanity see who violated their treaties, me, Timas, I will delete my app and you will never hear my voice ever again on TikTok. Okay, this is the verse in Arabic, the original verse.
Who violated the treaty? Answer my question. And why? What did they do?
Humanity, they added jahil between brackets in actual Quran. Nobody violated no treaties. Okay, so
you're lying. You just lied, bro.
I'm not lying.
Okay, let me explain. Humility in the English Quran. I want you. You can ask Omar, ask any Muslim with all genuine, honestly, genuine speaking. In the Quran English translation, anywhere you see in Arabic, any word that you see in Arabic, if you go to the Quran and the Arabic translation, it's not there. It doesn't exist in Arabic. That's what we're trying to tell you. So, try and focus when you're reading the Quran. Any part you see where there's a bracket, just like that, 1, 2, doesn't exist in the Arabic.
Exactly. Thank you very much. So, we're going to read it in Arabic, okay? Here it is. فَإِذَا إِنْسَلَخَ. Then when have passed. Al-Ashhur. This is the second month. Al-Ashhur al-Huram. Al-Ashhur al-Huram. These are 4 months set by the Prophet himself to his followers. Do not attack anyone, okay? But and the other ones to set free, because to understand 905 you have to read 901. So فَإِذَا, when إِنْسَلَخَ have passed al-ashhur al-huram, the second month, فَاقْتُلُوا, and alive al-mushrikina, hold on, al-mushrikina, this is the polytheist, حيث, wherever, وَجَدْتُمُوهُم, you find them, وَخُذُوهُم.
Listen, you're just reading it slowly. All I'm asking you is, did they violate the treaty? Yes or no?
Humanity. Can you please? I'm not talking to you. There's 99 people want to listen to this as well.
Bro, you were talking to me, bro. It was a one-on-one conversation, and you're not answering my question.
Humanity. Let me finish the verse. I know you're embarrassed. Seize them.
I'm embarrassed, apparently.
Besiege them. أقعدوا, sit and wait for them. كل مقعد, every ambush. فإن تابوا, if they repent, وأقاموا الصلاة, establish prayers, وآتوا الزكاة, فخلوا سبيلهم, then leave the way. إن الله غفور رحيم. Allah is most. Can you please tell the 99 people who violated the treaties is in English, in Arabic? Go on, answer me, please. And we're gonna see
the context is the Treaty of Hudaybiyah. Okay, it was violated, and now you're trying to act like that didn't happen. because
Stuart
of
Thomas.
Wait, that's not
you're
true. That's
lying.
not true.
You're lying.
Hudaybiyah.
You're jumping. You're
Wait.
jumping.
This guy is
Read
talking
before.
nonsense.
Read before. Go back and read it. Go back and read it.
Okay.
Go back. Go
Hudaybiyah.
back.
This guy talking nonsense.
So you're lying. Montenegro, you're upset.
Okay, where?
Anytime I mention fitra anything, you jump at your body. I know why you jump at your body.
You're lying,
You're burning. You're burning. You're burning.
You're
I know it
lying.
burns.
Okay, humanity.
I know it burns.
Humanity,
But
where does it say?
let me land though. Let me land.
Okay, go on,
The Treaty of Hudaybiyah was violated. This is facts. No one can lie. Hudaybiyah. Anyone can search it. It was violated, and he's clearly saying fight. But it doesn't
This
mean
verse,
that,
is he talking about?
It's not saying fight
It's not
every
about
single non-believer in history.
humility. Is he talking about Al-Hudaybiyah or the sacred month? Wait a minute.
That's the treaty he's referring to at the time.
No. Is he talking about Al-Hudaybiyah?
He's not talking about
Hold on. Is he talking about
answer my question, yes or no?
Or he's talking about
Al-Ashhur?
Tell me, what is the sacred month? Tell me.
Bro, you're just chatting shit again. I said
Tell
the
me
point,
what
and now
is
you're
the
repeating
sacred
it.
month?
You can't refute my point.
Guys,
You can't refute my
one
point.
second. Omar, can you help us clarify this, please, this argument? Because I think it helps. So Omar is also a Muslim. Can you clarify, please, Omar?
Bro, the Byzantine Empire.
No, humility. What is the sacred month?
Hey, yo, I beg you, mute this guy, bro. Mute this guy. He's just chatting.
Guys, please. 1 second. Can we just let Omar come in? Omar, go ahead, please.
So, but what do you want to know? Because I'm confused about where you're going.
He's saying that
you want to know the context.
Yeah, Omar, so let me ask you a quick question. So, do you agree with me that anything you see in the Quran, in the English translation, that's in brackets, doesn't exist in the Arabic?
The brackets are just added for explanation to the reader.
Added for explanation, thank you. So, it's not in the original Arabic translation, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we're talking about this. Tenas, can you read the verse again, please? I think it's 9:5.
Yep, 9:5. Yep.
I've been here, I've seen the verse.
Yep.
Okay, so humility. I think humility's argument was that it was humility. Please repeat yourself, because I don't want to put words into your mouth. Tell me exactly what you said.
Thank you. All I'm saying is, at the time, a treaty was violated, but this guy's trying to act like it wasn't. It doesn't matter if that was added, whatever. I'm saying that was the context. You can't lie, bro. And I'm telling him the empire, everything. You're just lying. So listen, what I'm saying is, Tenas, answer my question. Are you confirming right now in front of everybody, 100 viewers, there was no treaty ever violated, and you're saying that Allah is talking about all polytheists in the whole of history up until now?
Yes. This is
you're lying. You're lying. I don't care anymore. You're lying. Everyone's here.
Let him read. Montenegro, let him read.
Omar, talk.
Read. In Islam, there are 4 sacred months: Muharram, Rajab, Dhul Qa'dah, and Dhul Hajjah. These are
cool. How about this, yeah? Host. Tell him to go on Google right now and search about the treaty, if it's fake, if I'm lying. Because he's saying it's fake. There's no treaty.
The treaty Al-Hudaybiyah is in another verse. It's not in 905.
Okay, so what is the treaty from that surah then? Go on Google, search it. Go and check whatever you want to search it live. You're so confident, right? Go on wherever you need to.
Where does it say the treaty in the Arabic Quran?
I'm talking about the whole context. If you read the actual Quran, you'll see the context. What are you talking about?
Where does it say broke the treaty in the Arabic Quran?
Brother, the timings. Listen. If we actually had time and we went back here and we look at the time of the actual reveal of it, you will see it. The dates all match up. It was the treaty of Hudaybiyah. What are you talking about?
Omar, do you agree this was a treaty of Ubaya?
It was after the treaty.
No.
It was after. It was after the treaty.
Humility, for the sake of Allah, mute for 5 seconds. Let me explain.
Let Omar quickly explain, because you guys need to understand, he might not agree with what you're saying because we're criticizing the ideology. So I think it's better to come from Omar as well, because he's a believer. You understand? So Omar, do you agree is what he's talking about, the treaty of Ubaya?
So, Bola, that very chapter explains the entire situation. That one verse won't do you any help, but the other verses in that same chapter will tell you that it was prohibited for the prophet to have a treaty with the polytheists. So that became a ruling. You get what I'm saying? What you are seeing was a situation that became a ruling.
I know, but was it the treaty of Hudaybiyah?
Hudaybiyah.
Udaybiyah.
I
The
don't
verse was
remember
revealed
the
after that treaty. This is
Okay,
facts. Like, you
yeah, but
can't
there,
lie.
can I
but
have
That's why I
one
don't
minute?
mind, because now you said, now
Can
you
I have
lied to
1
us.
minute
I
to
don't care.
explain what was going on in this Hudaybiyah and Al-Ashhur al-Hurum, the sacred month? Can I explain? Can you give me 1 minute humility, please? Okay. The Prophet, when this verse was revealed, there's something called Al-Ashhur al-Hurum, which translates to the sacred month. What is the sacred month, humility? This
Again, you just do
month
trivia. You
is
don't answer my questions. Why should, hey, host, why should I answer you?
I
You're not
told you
answering
1
me.
minute in
You're not
Abu.
answering me.
I gave
I'm
you
not
one
answering you,
minute.
bro. You're not
Give
important, but I
me
can't lie.
1 minute to
Okay,
explain.
that's fine. You don't have to answer, but maybe Montenegro, you just explain what it is.
I'm gonna explain for the
Explain
people.
it. Explain it.
The
Tell me
sacred month. Yeah,
listen, what are the
shut up, bro.
polytheists doing?
Humanity, mute. I'm going to answer. Mute.
You better
The
answer quick.
sacred
You
month.
better answer quick.
The
Hurry up.
sacred. The sacred month. These are the basically 4 months. The Prophet told them either to become Muslim or fight. These months, basically, the pagans, the kuffar, they have agreement among themselves. Do not fight in these sacred months. Ashhur al-Hurum. Don't fight. Don't unalive person. If somebody unalived, if one of the villages in Quraysh or in Mecca, in Saudi Arabia, if they fight, the entire villages will fight these people because they broke the treaty of what? Of not Hudaybiyah, of the sacred month. The Prophet, Allah said, whenever this sacred month finishes, because Allah, of course, knows that if in the entire Saudi Arabia go against Muhammad, he will vanish. He said, "Wait, please, Muhammad, wait for the 4 months. When it finishes, then fight. Then fight them." The Prophet gave the pagans 4 months to what? To either become Muslim or fight. Then Allah says, "In فإذا انسلخت," whenever these months, the sacred months finishes, attack the disbelievers. Do you understand now?
Again, you're
Al-Hudaybiyah is
skipping so
different
much
thing.
points. Let me tell you something. The
Do you
jizya system
understand now?
allowed non-Muslims. Listen, the
Do you
jizya. Let me
understand
land. You're
now?
done. You're
Tell
done.
me
You
the
got nothing to
Hudaybiyah.
say.
I'm done. Tell me the
You said no
Hudaybiyah now.
context. You said no context. Like I said, the jizya system allowed non-Muslims to live under Muslim rule. Fine. So you're trying to push a narrative like everyone had to
You
die.
said
No. Let me
Hudaybiyah.
give you
Explain
context.
what
Let me
is
give you
Hudaybiyah.
context. Hey,
Explain.
host, tell this guy to calm down, please. Please. Listen. Do you know what the Tabuk expedition is? Yes or no?
Explain Al-Hudaybiyah. You
Answer
said
my
it's referring
question,
to
brother.
its verse.
You don't see.
Tell
You
me the
don't know about the
Hudaybiyah.
Tabuk expedition. You don't know about the Byzantine Empire because you don't understand the context, brother. Because listen, there was a
What the
calling
hell
of a
does the
planned invasion.
Al-Mamlaka
They
al-Byzantine
planned the
have to do
invasion.
with
This
this?
empire. Listen, host. Tell this guy to
Explain
be
your
quiet.
point. You
Tell him to
said
be quiet. I'm
Hudaybiyah
gonna give
is not the
context.
sacred month. Please explain
You're
Hudaybiyah.
just chatting.
You
I'm telling
said
you what happened before. I'm telling you before. We're
Yeah,
going in
but can you
order.
address to what he just narrated, though, humility?
I'm telling you my point. My point is before that all happened, yeah, the Byzantine Empire, these people were perceived to plan an invasion on Arabia, bro. Just so I'm trying to tell you. So when you're reading the verse, you're thinking it's saying attack everyone. No, it's saying attack the people who are planning an invasion. And then that's when the expedition happened. There was expedition. Do
so.
you get what I'm
So the
saying?
Prophet is defending people coming to attacking the pagans and the Muslims from
Attacking people,
outside.
period. Attacking people, period. Because they were polytheists
So
as well.
attacking pagans.
Listen, people that are called. Listen, it doesn't need. You don't need to
So
attack
you're
Muslims.
saying
You don't need to attack
there's
Muslims to you
Byzantine.
to be a bad person.
There is some
You keep
people
making a
from
point like you
outside.
need to be.
So
What are you
you
talking
are
about?
saying there's people from outside came in to attack the Muslims and the pagans, and Muhammad defended them.
Yes, because listen, if there's a place where
Proof.
Muslims,
No,
if Muslims and non-Muslims are living in one place, are they gonna allow people to live there?
Proof. Stop. Proof. You're talking nonsense. This did not
What do you
happen.
mean proof? What do you mean proof, bro? Like I said,
Proof.
do you know what the Tabuk
Proof.
expedition is?
People came. Listen. Explain it.
Huh?
Explain it.
It was a large mobilization of Muslims at the time, brother. So that's when they had assembled 30,000 people that marched.
You said people from the
border.
outside came in to attack the Muslims and the pagans, and Muhammad said, whenever the sacred month finishes, attack them. What does this have to do with the sacred month if they are coming to unalive them?
I'm not talking about sacred month. I'm talking about the reason why they were told to
We
attack,
are talking about the sacred month, you dumb flip it, because the verse clearly said whenever the sacred month finishes, attack the disbelievers.
We're talking about verse 929, bro. That's what we're talking about. Now you're trying to make it about the month. Chill out, bro. Chill out.
In the beginning, it said whenever the sacred month ends, attack the disbelievers.
Hey, host.
We are talking about this.
He's not bringing nothing to the table. I'm trying to give context. Just mute him.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, guys. Honestly, immunity. Honestly, like I would say, maybe just do more research because
I'm giving you context.
No, I'm not trying to be biased here, but what you're saying is not going according to what we're reading, to be honest.
Sister, but that's what I'm saying though. Let me land 1 second. How can you try to make it about the month of etc. if we were talking about 929? Was it about 929 or was it about a month?
Yes, it's about a month.
Let him talk, man. This is what I mean. Host, you know he's chatting shit.
Tenas, pull up the verse again. In Salakh al-Ashr al-Hurum. Pull it again.
Which is why you can't answer me. I asked you, what's a Tabuk expedition? You can't answer me, bro.
Humanity. We're going to show you the tafsir, okay?
We're not going to tell you how to tafsir. Be quiet, bro. Just answer my question. Do you know what the Tabuk expedition is?
You are rude, man. Okay, we're going to read the tafsir. Tafsir ibn Kathir, okay? Let's see what tafsir
speak over me, and then you just read the tafsir, bro. I don't even care. Like, you got to listen to what I'm saying.
It's not tafsir. It's called tafsir, ya jahil, okay? Please. Right, okay, you don't get it unless Ibn Kathir talk, okay? This is tafsir who? Ibn Kathir. Let's see what he says. Please, can you, please, mute this guy, please. Let me finish reading it. Okay.
Bro, I ain't gonna talk over you, bro, go on.
Okay, so, is it clear enough? Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Right. Then travel freely through the land for 4 months. The month which I showed you earlier, which called Al-Ashhur al-Hurum, are Muharram, Rajab, Dhul Qa'dah, and Al-Hajj. These are Al-Ashhur al-Hurum in Arabic, which is mentioned in At-Tawbah too. He said, then when the second month have passed, meaning when the 4th month in which we forbid you from fighting them and granting them a respite during them have passed, then wherever you find them, what do? Analyze them, because returning to a covenant with something mentioned is more appropriate than something implied. Then the ruling of the 4th second month will be explained in another verse later in this noble surah. And this statement, unalive the polytheists wherever you find them, meaning in the land in general. You know, in the land, fil ard. You know what al-ard means? It means even in England, this verse is to be applied. And if we go to Tafsir Ibn Kathir, at the end, guess what? Allah has been given, sorry, not Allah, Muhammad has been given, wait, Muhammad has been given Jariyah, four swords, not one. If you think that one, no, arba suyuf. And every sword has a verse to match it. Sword number 1, check this out. Ali ibn Abi Talib said, the Prophet said, was sent by 4 swords. Can you see it? Arba. A sword against the polytheists among the Arabs. God said, analyze the polytheists wherever you find them, capture them. And it is verse 929. I think the second sword was fighting the people of the book. As God said, fight those who do not believe in God or the land or the last day and do not consider unlawful what God and His Messenger have made unlawful, and do not adopt the religion of truth among them, among those who were given the script and that they paid the jizya willing submittedly. And he's talking about At-Tawbah 29.
Hey, yo, Tenas, I'm not refuting the word. What I'm saying is...
Two more swords left, please.
Go on.
Okay. The third sword was fighting the hypocrites, as God said, O Prophet, strive hard against the disbelievers and the hypocrites, and be harsh upon them. At-Tawbah 73. So that's chapter 9, verse 73, and again in Surah Al-Tahrim, number 9. And last, fourth surah, as-Sayf al-Rabah, was fighting the transgressors, as God said, and if two parties among the believers should fight, make sure peace between them. If one of them oppress the other, then fight against the one that oppresses, and return to the command of God. And you can find that verse in Surah Al-Hujurat, number 9. Okay, where do you find this? Tafsir Ibn Kathir in Arabic. So basically, Allah, I'm finished, I'm landing. Allah and Muhammad want to find humanity. Everyone, Muhammad want to fight everyone, brother. Okay, so I'm done.
Alright, cool, bro. Like I said, I'm gonna ask you again. Before this year, was there any treaty violated? Number one, just chill. And then number two, listen. Number two, the Eastern Roman Empire at the time, was they not planning to invade Arabia? Yes or no? Or on the other hand, are you just saying this happened out of nowhere? If you said it happened out of nowhere, I can't argue with you no more, because then you're just being ignorant. That's all I'm saying. Jalal, in your own time, you can search it yourself. This is all facts. Eastern Roman Empire was planning to invade. So you're just taking the verse out of context. I'm not saying that what you're saying is wrong or that it's fake. I can't say it's fake. You get it? Like just hear what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah, but how can I go and fight someone that's planning to invade? Like, imagine I beat someone up here and they arrest me and I said, look, he looked like he was gonna punch me first. Like, you think they're gonna take that as an excuse? Like, because I don't really get the argument. How do you fight someone that? And because I know about offensive jihad, in which Muhammad himself was commanded to fight against people until they say La ilaha illallah. Omar's aware of this hadith. Everyone here is aware of this hadith. We know what jihad al-talab means. You are allowed to go and cause the offense. So it doesn't change anything. This is under your sharia. You can't run away from it.
I'm not running away. You think I'm running? There's no running, bro.
But you can't run away from it because it's your sharia law. If you accept the sharia law, if you accept Muhammad and Allah, then you would accept this. I don't get the argument because it's dragging now.
You're saying, what would you do? What would you do? What happened again? This is why.
Anyway, guys, I need to drive, so I'm just gonna stay muted. I'll be listening.
That's why I talked about the Tabuk expedition, because that's when the Prophet assembled 30,000 men and marched to the Tabuk. Do you get what I'm saying? You guys don't know the context. After that, there was no battle occurred. They didn't engage. The people that they thought that was trying to invade didn't engage.
Humanity,
do you get what I'm saying?
Humanity, can you please show us?
They agreed to pay jizya.
Yes, humanity, can you please show us?
You're telling me show us.
Yes.
This is facts.
No. You see what I did? What the host did? What Montenegro did? They switched the camera on and they showed us. Can you please show us the evidence? What we just said, please.
You want to show me? So I got to show you evidence of the Tabuk expedition.
Yes, please.
Bro, these are sources online. I haven't got my laptop. My laptop's here. My laptop's here. But what I'm gonna do is show you online sources from the past. You get it? But it's not gonna, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you want to do?
I don't want to. No. As you see this like accent, not with me. Show me what you just said on the computer, please.
I can't share my screen right now.
Why?
I can't share my screen.
Is there a reason why you don't want to show my screen?
I can show you the sources, but I can't share my screen right now.
Why?
I'll tell you the sources right now.
Okay, can you write the sources? Can you please write the source and I'll put it on my computer, please?
Alright, cool. Let me search it right now.
No problem. Take as long as you want.
Alright, cool. 1 second.
Yeah.
Stay right here. I'm on my laptop, innit? Because I can't show my laptop on right here, but I can tell you the source.
So guys, what's the argument? Is defense is the offensive child acceptable?
He's saying, brother, sorry to cut you off here. He's saying, he's refuting all my context. He's saying there was no Tabuk expedition, even though this is highly documented in the past. He's saying the Byzantine Empire was not showing any threats at all for this to even be revealed. But this is all open source. So all I got to do right now is search on Google the history of Tabuk. It's gonna refute you, but then you're just gonna say, you're gonna.
You know Tabuk. Muhammad said, "Let's attack Tabuk. Let's attack Tabuk to invade them and take their blonde women as concubines." This is what Tabuk happened. Are you aware of this?
Bro, that's not the Tabuk expedition, bro.
This is the Tabuk. He said, let's. You're not talking about Tabuk now?
Bro, I'm saying the Tabuk expedition. I'm talking about how he assembled 30. Oh my days.
He said, let's assemble and attack Tabuk to invade them, and let's take their blonde women as concubines. This authentic hadith.
Listen, did the battle occur? Yes or no?
Yes, and Muhammad initiated.
This guy lie, bro. No battle occurred, bro. I'm talking about the Byzantine. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about.
You said Tabuk now.
I'm talking about, did the battle happen in Byzantine? The Byzantines.
What is Byzantine?
I mean, talking about the Byzantine Empire.
Is the kingdom of Byzantine.
You told me, no, hold on. You told me what is it? Let me answer you, bro. Just calm down. I'm gonna let you talk. I swear down. Listen, Byzantine Empire was.
The war of Tabuk was in Byzantine.
No, I'm explaining the Byzantine Empire, brother.
Explain.
Cool, be quiet then, brother. What are you talking about? Listen, the Eastern Roman Empire. That's the Eastern Roman Empire, okay? So at the time, there was news of them trying to invade, okay? You follow me? This is where the Prophet had the Tabuk expedition, where he assembled 30,000 men, okay? They marched to the north of Tabuk, okay? And no battle occurred. Right now, you said it, battle occurred. You lied. And you're lying in front of so much people. Wait. You lied. Listen, calm down. Yeah. I'm letting you land. You lied. Hold on. There was no battle. Like I said, the people agreed to jizya in exchange for peace. So why are you lying about history? You just said right now that there was a battle with the Byzantines. Why are you lying?
Humanity, 1 second.
Yes. Answer my question. Am I lying? Or was he lying?
I will answer your question. Stop calling me lying.
Yes or no though?
Stop.
The Prophet Muhammad.
Montenegro, be quiet. Let me land. Bro, respect is two against one, and then just speak one at a time, bro. You're gonna speak anyway.
Humanity, we will answer you, for goodness sake. Just relax.
Cool, go on.
Okay, relax. Okay, first of all, Maria, I do apologize for what I called you last time, but please, guys, on the panel, like they did, I think SSL and that guy, I can't remember his name, who muted me. So please stop muting, use your mouth, okay? So I do apologize, Maria. Okay, humanity, 929, Sababun Nuzul, two things. One of them, the one you just mentioned, and the other one, it is nothing. It's nothing to do with what you said, because in Quran, we have two sabab. Sometimes you read a verse, and it's not just one sababun nuzul, like the reason for our beliefs. Sometimes you have two, sometimes even three.
You're not answering my question, brother.
Yes, I told you, yes, but there's not only one sababun nuzul of 920.
Was the Byzantine Empire, were they planning to invade Arabia? Yes or no? Just answer me, bro. If you don't know what I'm talking about, they say you don't know. You see me, from the start, I've never said, oh no, this and that. I say I don't know about stuff. Do you know it or not? Do you know what the Byzantine Empire is? Yes or no, tell us.
Yes.
Okay, so who are they? Tell me, what are they?
I'm going to bring Sababun Nuzul, because, listen, to start with, you did not answer the question about 905. You deflected to 929. Can you
What did I not answer?
No. Answer 929. I've just read the 4. The Tafsir ibn Kathir. So can you please answer?
I gave you the context. There was nothing to refute. You read it. I've never said that the verse is wrong. Okay. I'm just saying you don't know the context, and then you're saying that nothing context, and then you're saying that nothing. What does this mean? What's his empire? You're just reading Tasfir or however you're pronouncing. Okay, bro. I didn't refute what you said. You're just reading out stuff to me, bro. I'm telling you, brother, was there any treaty being violated? And you're saying no. But I'm telling you, do you know what this empire is? And you're saying yes. So you know what empire I'm talking about, but you're saying that it didn't happen. How?
Okay, please.
How?
Humanity. You are confused between two verses, 905 and 129.
I'm talking about 929. That was the original topic.
Yes. So you admit defeat on 905, correct?
No, we will talk about 929. I didn't change the topic. I've been arguing 929 the whole time. Okay. If you think I'm sorry if you think I'm all about something else. I'm not talking about anything else. I'm talking about 929. Remember, 929. That was my main argument. You can ask the host, bro. You don't try to flip it. You guys change the topic and then you read bare different verses, so much hadiths, and then you say, oh, you're changing the topic. No, I'm staying on topic. I've always been talking about 929. Simple. What are you talking about?
No, but he read 9:5 for you at first. That was the initial.
No. I remember because I've done research on my laptop.
The treaty. You're talking about the treaty. You did address
It's
9:5.
No. When I mentioned the tree, I was referring to 929. If it backed my other point, then cool, that's fine. But I was talking about 929. Honestly.
9:29 treaty.
Hey, yo, sis, your thing's cutting off a bit, you know. Hey, no funny shit. Your thing's cutting off. I can't hear you properly. Mike. He's so dishonest. People was even here from the start. But hey, listen though. Tenas, like I said, so there was no treaty before that verse, yeah? No treaty 9. You haven't answered that. It's just yes or no, bro, and then you can read as much as you want because you love to recite the Quran.
I will answer it from the Quran itself. Just wait, please.
No, I'm just asking you a simple question. Was there any tension? Was there any signs of them trying to invade anything? Was anything happening? Or was it just out of nowhere? It's yes or no? You haven't answered me, bro.
Are you doing host?
Oh. She's driving, bro. I don't think she can hear you.
Alright, okay. Bro, I just have a question for you, right? So, what's the treaty between, are you saying the treaty between the pagan or the Roman?
No. So basically, man, they were talking about 929, and I was just giving context. I'm saying the Byzantine Empire was led, and they were perceived to be planning to invade Arabia, okay? So that's my first context, brother. And then I talked about the Tabuk expedition. This is where the Prophet, peace upon him, gathered 30,000 men. They marched north of Tabuk, and there was no battle. Okay, so stop there. When I said that, someone refuted it. I think it was Tenas. Tenas said that. No, it wasn't Tenas. Sorry, it was Montenegro. He said that He said that a battle occurred. That was a lie. That was a blatant lie. They're telling me to bring sources, but this is easy. Every single person here, go on ChatGPT or Google.
Okay,
everyone knows the Byzantines did not engage.
Habibi, I'm busy right now, but everything you're saying is lie, by the way. I'm busy. I'm just busy right now.
So why is the Muhammad was actually marching to Tabuk? What's the reason for it?
Why was he marching there?
Yeah, because very like Tabuk is almost like near Syria, pretty much.
Like
all right. I have 1 minute. I have 1 minute to spare. Shut up, please. Shut up. There is no. Listen. The معركة. Listen. The war. Listen. I have 1 minute. Listen. I'm busy. Listen.
You said
listen, boy.
Are you serious?
Habibi, I'm blacker than your mom. Listen. Shut up and listen. طيب. The war that happened with.
You're gonna have to get me out. You're gonna
listen.
You're gonna you're not calling me a nigger.
The Byzantine, the Byzantine war did not happen while the Prophet was alive. What you're saying is not true. The Tabuk, the Prophet, word for word, bar for bar, in Sahih, in the authentic book of Sahih of Albani, he said, let's go. He said, let's go and attack Tabuk. Why? Because he said, اغزوا تبوك تغنموا بنات الأصفر.
Yes.
Who are the people of the yellow? He's talking about blonde women. Why are your prophet is saying let's go attack these people?
Also, there is a Sahaba he doesn't want to fight. There's a verse came down for that.
Done now. You're done. Montenegro.
You just got exposed. I told you 1 minute. You just got exposed. There's no Byzantine or Ma'raka and Tabuk. The Prophet said, let's attack them to what? To have their blonde women as concubines to have intercourse with them. Can you refute this?
You're not making no point. I'm talking to Air. We'll talk about a whole different topic. Now you're trying to
humility. You're going around the bush. Whenever you have my question, have a nice day, guys. Bye-bye.
Hold up. I'm not actually agreeing with you on this one because you haven't told me what's the reason for me to go there.
Again, I literally got cut off, but you're just. Do you see how you're so ready to say, I don't agree with you, but I literally got cut off, bro. You didn't
because I was going to bring up that surah, like how Muhammad he encouraged the man to fight for the blondie woman.
Alright, cool. That's fine, brother. That's fine. But all I'm saying is, in your own time, search the Byzantine Empire. Have you ever heard of this? The Byzantine
Okay.
Empire.
Yes.
You have?
Yes.
The Eastern Roman Empire? Okay, so
Yeah.
listen, if you know about
Do you know
them
how long they've been there? Do you know how long they've been there in that
listen, let
area?
me finish. Let me finish talking, bro. You're gonna land, don't worry, you're gonna
Okay,
land.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Like I said, what do you know of them? What do you know about them? About the empire? And how it connects?
They're Christian. By the 6th century, they became Christian.
Cool.
They're
Now tell me,
Romans.
yes or no? Yes or no? Was it not
Say
perceived? Was it not perceived they were planning an invasion of Arabia? Because at the time
absolutely
Islam was rising. Yes or no? Just
no, because the
okay. You're saying
Byzantine
no.
they
You got to stand on that.
bro.
Now
Let
you
me
got to stand
answer.
on
You
that.
asked me a question. Can I answer?
Cool.
Okay, they've been there already 800 years in Syria. The Roman, they've been there for
No one said they
almost
wasn't there. I'm
800 years.
saying was they planning an invasion of Arabia? I didn't
Invading
say they wasn't
where?
there.
Like where? When you say Arabia, where? They're already in Iraq, Syria,
Oh my days.
Jordan. What Arabia? They're already in Arabia.
Are you finished?
Yes.
Yeah, so you don't know. I'm saying you don't know the history, bro. They're planning an invasion, like I said, yeah.
Where though? You're not telling me. You keep saying they're trying to invade. Invade where? They're on the big city.
Aki. In your own
Bro, Mecca's
time,
not
go
even.
and search it. On your own time, go and search it. But in the meanwhile, you can go read. You
Bro,
can
you're
read
not
what the people
answering.
actually.
You say they're planning to invade Arabia. Which Arabia? What part of Arabia? They already took all the areas: Iraq, Syria, Jordan,
If you believe that, fine. Everything
Palestine.
here.
They were there
We're from
already.
80 people. We're from 80 people. Everything can be researched. Everyone research. You can research.
Bro,
I'm
you
not
keep
even.
saying Arabia. Where they want to invade? Okay, Medina. The Roman they trying to invade Medina or Mecca.
Their forces were gathering in the north of Syria. Since you want, so you want me
Already
to
there for 800 years. The Roman they were ruling. They have a
listen,
city
listen,
in
listen, listen.
Syria.
It's like right now, yeah. It's like listen. It's like right now. What's going on in Palestine? Just because they're occupying the area doesn't mean they can't
Bro,
bring forces to an area.
they've been there since Alexander the Great. What are you talking about? Already that area was people speaking Greek.
Bro, you don't understand. Just because someone's occupying the area doesn't mean they can't invade certain parts. That's why I told you Syria. I gave you a certain part, but you're still trying to be an argument. You're just trying to go back and forth. Like
Yeah,
it's
but you're
cool.
not
It's
answering though.
cool, bro.
You're not giving me where they
Listen.
trying to
You're
invade.
better off saying you don't believe me and I ain't got no source. But I'm telling you
No,
what's
I'm
going
not
on.
saying I don't believe you. I'm saying you have to tell us where the Roman were trying to invade.
I'm telling you,
What country? What
the
city?
news reached the prophet and the people amongst them that the forces were gathering in the north of Syria, and that's when they marched. That's why I told
Bro,
you
they
about the.
already there before even your prophet was born, before even
Just
Islam
because they're
was
there,
born.
so you're telling me, okay, cool.
Bro, they were ruling, they were king of Syria, the Roman.
Listen. You see them people in the royal family, them guys on the horses and shit. They're there, but it doesn't mean they can't all go to Leicester Square right now. Do you get what I'm saying? You're just saying, cool, they're all there. That means that no, there's nothing happening. They're all just standing still. You don't get what I'm saying, bro, because you just want to
Bro,
argue.
you see what happened was the reason why the Muhammad he wants to attack the book is because of the blondie woman.
Alright, cool. You can keep
That's
saying
what
that.
it
You're
is.
choosing to comprehend that
No,
only. You
I'm
don't want
reading your book. I'm reading your source.
Okay. So listen, in your own time, search the Tabuk expedition. That will explain everything to you. It tells you how the Prophet assembled 30,000 people. It will tell you how
Yeah.
they marched north to Tabuk, near the Byzantine border. It will
Yes.
tell you everything. It will tell you
Humanity, can I
everything,
come in for a
brother.
minute,
But
please?
you're just
Yeah, go ahead,
angry.
go
I'm gonna
ahead,
You're
go
show
just
you.
ahead.
Yeah.
angry.
Humanity. We're gonna show you a Tabuk expedition. Everything. Okay. Just relax.
Bro,
Relax.
relax, bro. You relax, bro. You
Okay.
sound
We're
like
gonna
an
show
elf.
you.
You sound
Yes.
like a woman just talking to me. Just calm down, bro. You're gonna be able to talk. It's like 4 against 1.
Respect, man. Be respectful, bro.
You be
Okay. Can I get the
respectful. You're
screen,
speaking
please?
over me. You're
He's not
speaking
getting it.
over me.
Humanity's not
And then
getting
when
it.
Come on,
someone
bro.
speaks over me, you guys say, "Oh, you guys are not answering me." No, it's 4 against 1. Let me land then. What are you talking about? I told you the areas. You just don't want to research. Like, be an honest human being. After today, research Tabuk. Search the
Oh,
Tabuk
yeah.
expedition. It
Okay.
will explain everything to you, but you don't want to. You're gonna stick to Hadith. You're gonna go in the
It's not
Hadith.
hadith. It's not hadith. Okay.
I'm talking to
At-Tawbah.
him, brother. Again, see, four
Humanity,
against.
please.
You see, when it's 3 against 1,
Okay.
you
Humanity,
think I'm talking
please.
to you. This is what happens, bro.
Humanity. In TikTok, we don't need people come up to talk. Yeah.
TikTok, talk.
No. TikTok is not about talking.
I want to
TikTok.
talk in
Listen to
TikTok.
me. TikTok is about
I
bringing
want to talk in
sources.
TikTok.
Okay. If you want to talk, go to the pub. At-Tawbah, listen to me. Oh, someone mute this guy, please. Please.
The host can't save you, bro.
At-Tawbah 29. Okay? So we're going to see Sababun Nuzul. You said the bottom of, what would you call it? What was that? What did you just mention? Humanity.
If you were listening, you would know. That's what I'm saying. You're not trying to answer. You don't want to answer me.
We're going to show you. We're going to show you. Sababun Nuzul.
Why are you asking me what I said? Why are you asking me what I said? You should know what I said.
Okay. Ma'arak Tabuk. Okay? Yes, I just remember. Okay. We're going to see where Ma'arak Tabuk is. Okay. This is Tafsir Ibn Kathir, yeah?
What is your point right now?
Oscar, please. You said.
You're still not telling me.
Oh my God, please.
Listen. You told me the Byzantine Empire, yeah?
Bro, you're so obsessed with the Byzantine, brother.
That's what happened. What do you mean to do? You want to lie? Go on Google, bro. Like, listen.
The prophet was the blonde woman, man. That's what happened.
Please, brother, please, 1 second.
TikTok is about TikTok.
This noble verse, humanity, please stop laughing, humanity. Laugh longer, okay? This noble verse.
My bad. Go on.
Okay, this noble verse was revealed at the beginning regarding fighting the people of the book. Then the affairs of the polytheist had been prepared and people had entered the religion of God in droves. Then when the Arabian Peninsula was set straight, God and his messenger commanded...
What does it mean by that? Hold on, sorry.
Let me finish.
Sorry. No, but just...
Let me finish all, then answer. Let me finish
the Arabia Peninsula was set straight. We're going to go back to that. You can't run away.
Just humanity, please.
Okay.
Please.
Okay.
Yes, I can. Okay? So, God and his messenger commanded fighting the messenger, may God bless him and grant him peace, prepared to fight the Romans and called the people to that and made it clear to them and sent the Arab tribes around Medina and urged them. So they gathered with him, and about 30,000 fighters gathered, and some people from the people of Medina and those around it from the hypocrites of Thamud. So this is Sababun Nuzul. Can you please show me where the Byzantine decided to attack Muhammad? I
didn't say they tried to attack Muhammad. Again, you don't listen to me, bro. You don't listen. Listen, bro. I don't blame you because it's 3 against 1 and you're just hearing best stuff. I didn't say they went to attack Muhammad.
What did you say then?
I said it was perceived that they were planning to be one guy they don't really know about. Like, that's what I'm saying. You don't listen, bro. No, but Tenas, be honest. Be real with yourself. Right now, you said nothing. You didn't prove my point. Just be honest with yourself. I didn't say that. Just be honest with yourself. The way you're trying to tell me be honest. Be honest. I didn't even make that. I did not say that. Okay? So be humble, bro. Be humble. What I said is the Byzantine Empire was perceived to be planning an invasion of Arabia. Hold on, let me land, bro. Just let me land. You're gonna talk regardless. It's 4 against 1. You're gonna talk regardless. Just be cool. Be calm. I said after that led to the Tabuk expedition, where, like you said in that passage, that the Prophet assembled 30. That the Prophet assembled 30. I didn't say it talked about the empire in that tasfir. You bring it to me. I didn't say it.
You brought nothing to the table.
I did. I told you to research about Tabuk expedition. Research it yourself. I was gonna hold on. To be fair, bro. To be fair, you told me to get a source. I didn't bring it yet, but because someone would start a new argument with me. There's a new argument again.
Yeah. So the guy is not arguing with you now, is he? So
no, I know, but I'm being real.
No. Listen, because you have nothing in your brain. As the guy said earlier, you just listen.
Hey, bro, you're just mad because I mimicked your voice, bro. Calm down.
You are new to Islam. How about you read the Quran properly and learn Arabic?
Inshallah. But listen, you can't tell me the Tabuk expedition didn't happen. You can't tell me the Tabuk expedition didn't happen.
It did not happen.
How do you know that? How do you know that? Could you put on your life?
Because this is what it says. I've read it.
Alright, cool, man.
Just silly, bro.
Cool, man. Cool.
Bro, don't worry about this guy, man.
I know. I'm just gonna mute. Good luck.
He's playing this.
In a bit, man.
Oh,
So, guys, can I have a couple of minutes with humility? I've been silent for a while.
Seeing all this, G, like,
how are you, Ham? My brother Ham.
why are you guys taking turns on me? Bring
Son
a
of
more
Nile.
Bring a more Akis up. Like, you guys are asking me badness.
No,
Bro,
because
let
I
Ham talk, man.
things, bro. I want to talk to you. I was waiting patiently. If you don't want to talk to me, it's fair enough.
I'm joking. Go on. But you see me, I don't do Islamic trivia. Like, you gotta tell me.
No, I'm not doing a trivia.
You gotta tell me a point, and then I can tell you my honest answer.